Hello, viewers, and hello, Nenas. Welcome to another beautiful section with Study Science with the Public School Robotic Educator. You are all welcome to my virtual class. Welcome once again, and this promises to be another beautiful section. Our topic for today is on photosynthesis. I'm sure this is not the first time you are hearing about that word photosynthesis. Let's dive in. But before we do, let's take a look at our learning objectives for today. So by the end of today's class, Nenas will be able to explain the meaning of photosynthesis, define photosynthesis, explain the process of photosynthesis in plants. So you'll be able to explain the process of photosynthesis in plants. So let's go right into the topic for today. What is photosynthesis? I'm sure it's not the first time you've heard about that word, but let's look at what actually happened. We are going to break this word down into two syllable sounds, which is photo and synthesis. Photo in Greek word means light. That is why I've put the image of the sun, which represents light. And we all know we get light energy from the sun. Then the synthesis is when you try to put things together or when you try to build. It's another meaning in Greek, which means putting things together or building. So as you can see, a little boy that is trying to build a castle. That is why I've put that image for you to understand that synthesis means to build or pull things together. Why photo in Greek means light, and I've put sun, which we all know that light energy comes from the sun. So let's look at the next slide, which is talking about the definition of photosynthesis. It's a process by which plants convert light energy from the sun into chemical energy in form of glucose, which is a type of sugar. So in short, photosynthesis is the magic that makes plants grow and provide oxygen for us to breathe. So the oxygen that we breathe in actually comes from the plants. In a simple terms, photosynthesis means building sugar from light. Remember in the beginning of the video, I told you that the light which plants use in the process of photosynthesis come from the sun, which is light energy. Now, the glucose that we are talking about has the chemical formula of 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 6 oxygen. So this sugar simply comes from reaction of plants with the sun, which is light energy. So you see that this glucose, you will see the arrow is actually pointing to the sun, which is the sunlight. Don't forget the sunlight, that is the light energy. So for us to be able to get the simple sugar, which is glucose, the plant has to work directly with the light coming from the sun. Let me explain further so you can understand the process of photosynthesis. Now, like I was saying, living things is divided into two, which is plant and animal, and which plant plays a very crucial role. Now, you see all these different plants you see in your environment, the trees, the pawpaw tree, all plants that you see in your environment, they all work together to build piles of sugar. Like they do what we call collaboration. They work with each other to build these piles of sugar called glucose. And how is this done? You're going to be seeing shortly in the next slide. But just know that all plants in your environment works together to combine, to collaborate, and they end up forming what we call piles of sugar. And for this to be formed, for these piles of sugar to be formed, the plant needs to work with the light energy coming from the sun. You should know that sun plays a very important role in the process of photosynthesis. Without sunlight, photosynthesis cannot come to play. And don't forget that I told you that this sugar is called glucose and it has a chemical formula of 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 6 oxygen. Now, let me explain how the process of photosynthesis come to play. Now, the process of photosynthesis is just like a give and take. Now, human being, our activities, our daily activities from driving our cars, taking in public transport, cooking, owning our generator, we end up producing, releasing an um, a gas called carbon dioxide, which the formula is CO2. And this carbon dioxide reacts with water, which the formula is H2O in the presence of sunlight. That is, don't forget, I told you that the light coming from the sun is called light energy to produce glucose. Not only glucose, remember the glucose, I've been calling it sugar. So the name of that sugar is called glucose, and which the chemical formula is 6 hydrogen, 12, sorry, 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 6 oxygen, plus oxygen. Not only glucose is being released, plus oxygen. So when carbon dioxide reacts with water in the presence of sunlight, it gives us glucose and oxygen. And this is the simple chemical reaction for photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water to produce glucose and oxygen. So that is the end of today's topic. So to the assignment, you should be able to define photosynthesis after listening to this video. What are the end products of photosynthesis? You should be able to list them and state 2 components needed for photosynthesis. If you have any question, kindly drop in the comment section. And remember that readers are leaders. Be innovative and creative. Bye for now. See you in my next class. Bye.